Hi, everybody. It's Mr. Gray here. Thank you again for another fantastic week at school. I hope everyone has a really great Halloween weekend, has a fun time, gets lots of candy, and stays safe. Okay, big announcements coming up. We have just 3 more weeks until Thanksgiving break, believe it or not. So the week of November 24th through the 28th is Thanksgiving break. There'll be no school the whole week. So we'll be off the week, and then we'll be back in December. So just 3 more weeks until that happens. I sent out an email with a Science Olympiad update that simply said there's a lot of interest and that there should be some more information before winter break. And so just to look out for that. But we're getting the information from Sierra Vista. So as soon as we get it, after Thanksgiving break, we'll send it out to you as soon as we can. Okay? In reading next week, we're going to keep working on a theme is a big idea in 5th grade, and it takes a lot of work to not only identify a theme, but also to think about what is a theme and how do I have the words to describe the theme. So we're working on that right now in our writing and in our reading. We're going to discuss common themes that come up. We'll start that this week, and then the week of through November 3rd and 7th, we'll keep that conversation going and try to identify themes in stories that we read. And there'll be some kind of little assessment about that at some point during the week. Maybe there'll be another one. I might break up what I'm assessing at some point, but it's nothing to worry about or to get prepared for. It's just going to be checking in on, can I identify themes from a list of common themes that we have together. I'll keep reading out loud Pax by Sarah Pennypacker. In writing, we're working on narratives. The kids are taking true stories that actually happened to them and turning them into narratives that they want to be read out loud like a real story. And so we're doing lots of things. We're kind of wrapping that up right now. We're talking about endings and what we can do to kind of explain a lesson, almost like a theme, similar to reading. And then next week, they're going to actually go through a publishing process where they have to kind of reflect on what they've done so far, put their whole story together that they've been furiously working on, and then actually type it, and then we'll print it out and turn it in. In math, we're going to start fractions. We're going to quickly detour and do a little project having to do with statistics and graphing for Halloween candy. And then the kids will probably get a pre-assessment in fractions, so I know what they already know. And then we'll probably do a little bit of addition and subtraction review based on how the pre-assessment goes and common denominators and maybe some benchmark fractions. So all that is going to happen next week at in kind of a way I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. It's going to depend on the pre-assessment and those things like that. In social studies, we're going to wrap up. We've been looking at documents related to why the King and Queen of Spain decided to sponsor Christopher Columbus. And so now we've gotten the ideas into kind of 3 buckets. And the ideas were God, meaning the spread of the Catholic Church, encouraged by the Pope at that time. Gold, meaning riches and resources that were available because of potential exploration. And glory, the idea that Spain could spread the glory and might of Spain by going to new places. And so the kids are going to work on a little bit of an essay to explain that, to put into words what they have studied in these documents. And so they'll put that final essay together next week. So they'll be working on 2 essays, but they've done all the work at this point. It's just going to be putting together those 2 essays in writing and social studies. In science lab, we'll continue. We've been looking at why and how engineers make decisions on how to use certain materials. And so we're going to continue that process, looking at what materials work best for designing certain products. It's possible we will get into some vocabulary work next week. I have a couple activities that I would like to do. I left it blank on our updates page because I don't know if it's going to happen, but we do have a vocabulary activity called the Story Relay that helps students get excited about learning new words and practicing new words. So we might get into that next week, and if not, probably the week after that. We'll meet with our 2nd grade buddies. We'll also have a little bit of a special time we're starting on Fridays where we get together Mrs. Kovac's class and play games or something like that. So that's happening next week. So lots going on next week. As always, Thanksgiving is coming up. Hope everyone has a great weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.